Hello everyone and welcome to our Gainful 2nd July to 8th July. Let us begin and I will start today with errata, that's plural for erratum. There were two mistakes, of course honest mistake. I did not realize that this one was 2018, India was 2018 number one. I had said China was number one, which country was second. So they just swapped their ranks. In 17 China was number one and India was number two. Okay, this is the table that I mistakenly referred to, and this was actually India in 2018, and there was a huge improvement. If you look at the two tables, you will see India has really done well and they continue to do very well in shooting. Okay, second was Poshan. Poshan in fact is partnership and opportunities to strengthen and harmonize actions for nutrition. That is what I had written, but the question asked about Poshan Abhiyan. So be careful about it. I think I mixed this too. Poshan is basically a program by International Food Policy Research Institute also, and hence the confusion. In India, under the ministries, what we have is Poshan Abhiyan, and the question there talked about Poshan Abhiyan. Okay, so be careful there. And let's start with today's questions. Okay, here are your answers. Aadhaar enabled e-PAN card service has been launched by Income Tax Department. They will do anything to have more and more customer under their base. We are customer for Income Tax Department. Of course, we pay for services provided by the government. LIC gets IRDAI not to buy IDBI Bank. Mahesh Jain, after having performed exceptionally well here, he was shifted to RBI Deputy Governor post. Wonderful. Union Agriculture Minister chaired inter-session meeting of Consultative Committee on Marine Fisheries and Mariculture in India at Rameshwaram in Tamil Nadu. Okay, so this was at Rameshwaram. Just note that. Election Commission of India will hold a national consultation on accessible elections with focus on persons with disabilities. They are trying to see how they can get more and more even disabled people to come and vote, and I think they did it very successfully in all those state elections which we had in last 1 year. Government formed a panel to upgrade norms for state district level economic data collection under Ravind Dholakia in the backdrop of the plans to revise the base year for GDP and IIP from to 2017-18 from 2011 to 12. Why they are doing it? They are saying most of the services now which are present now, many of them were not there, and then this is the true reflection. Okay, try these. Well, here are your answers. Rising sea level could cost world 14 trillion annually by 2100. I really don't think that will be cause of concern to people, as we see climate change happening even today and no concrete actions are being taken. Numaligarh Refinery Limited, NRL in Assam, becomes the first PSU to introduce online legal compliances. This is good transparency. CCI gives nod for Bharti Infratel and Indus Towers merger. Artist Anjali Ila Menon was conferred the Kalidas Award for Visual Arts. Himachal Pradesh got National Award for Best Performance under Pradhan Mantri Surakshit Matrutva Abhiyan. I think that is what PMSA is, or even in English, I think that's Safe Motherhood Campaign. So if you will see, Madhya Pradesh has got for getting a result for reducing maternal mortality rate by a certain percent. They have got the best performance under PMSA. They brought a lot of women for antenatal checkup. So these two are different. So don't get confused here. Okay. Try these. Okay, here are your answers. Meghalaya CM released policy document for jackfruit mission. Haryana CM launched for plantation campaign. I think students are encouraged to plant trees and take care of them, and in turn they are rewarded. Gorakhpur launched Stop JEAS mobile app to check encephalitis. Okay, British Council and West Bengal government signed MOU on cultural and education exchange. Luxembourg headquarter SES, that's a satellite launching company. They have launched SES-12 satellite, would help fast track digital India. So this company launches satellite and the broadcaster use it. It's said that it's very advanced in terms of the range, and the clarity that will be there would be much greater than the previous ones. Andre Manuel Lopez Obrador. So this is like he's AMLO, that is what he's known there in Mexico. He was elected as Mexico's new president. The condition is not good. They are also having a lot of problem like all the countries these days. MindSphere is a cloud-based operating system developed by Infosys and Siemens PLM software. Okay, try these. Well, Ministry of Defense has approved the construction of 17 new baffle firing ranges. What exactly are baffle firing ranges? Baffle basically indicates a place where you can, the say military people, they can practice their shooting and there is no population which can interfere. So there are no incident of stray bullet, etc. Ninth meeting of eminent person group relationship was held in Kathmandu. Conference of State Power Ministers, Shimla. Happiness curriculum for Delhi government school was launched by Delhi's CM and Dalai Lama. I am quite sure you would have seen the picture in the newspaper. You would not have missed this. So this is interesting, importance of meditation and you know all relaxation technique and why happiness is important. All that will be covered. First meeting of Kaveri Water Management Board was held in Central Water Commission, Delhi. Okay, try these. Okay, country's first Khadi Mall is going to come up in Jharkhand. Tribal Museum for exhibit the culture of SCs will be in Naya Raipur. Madhya Pradesh government to implement Ayushman Bharat Yojana and PMRSS mission on Independence Day. A little late, I will say. Country first e-waste recycling unit is coming up in Bangalore, and Bangladesh backed World Bank support on the management of Rohingya crisis. If you remember, we had learnt in the earlier Gainful wherein they were given some aid. They said we don't want any loan to help them. If you can give us some aid, it is good. Okay, try these. China approved 1 billion aid to Pakistan after it was put on FATF grey list. This is not surprising. They have their regional interests, one belt, one road, which is passing through Pakistan. So they cannot, you know, make them angry. Fifth Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership Intersessional Ministerial Meeting was held in Tokyo, Japan. Almost 16 members. We read in our last Gainful. NABARD sanctioned 735 crore for 86 project in West Bengal under Rural Infrastructure Development Fund. IIFL is India's #1 banker for equity issuance for private sector companies in financial year 18 as per Prime Database Investment Banker League table for FOA 2018. Such a big name. India first tied up with Oxygen to sell its insurance product at Oxygen retail outlets. Okay, try these. Here are your answers. This is interesting. Matala is the world emptiest airport and this will be run through India-Sri Lanka joint venture. Rahul Dravid has been inducted in ICC Hall of Fame. People were worried why Sachin Tendulkar is not. I think it takes at least 5 years. Your last cricket should have been played at least 5 years back. I think Sachin Tendulkar, it was in 2013 when he played last. So sooner or later he will also be there. Manappuram Finance to acquire 85% stake in ISFC for rupees 212 crore. Century 1 of Fleet Space Technology Australia would fly on ISRO's PSLV, Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle. Indigenous fighter aircraft Tejas has commences operation from Kerala's Sulur Air Force Station. That's Tejas now has been formally inducted, you can say. Okay, here are your answers. Epidiolex is now FDA approved. Is in fact the first approved medicine which is made from marijuana. So that's interesting. I hope that's not misused. NSE and Nasdaq would work together for post-trade delivery technology. So a lot of innovation. Both of them are pioneers in bringing a lot of new technology for making or facilitating the trade. India gets its first biofortified sorghum jowar, that is Prabhani Shakti. World first all digital psychedelic art museum is in Mori Building Digital Art Museum in Tokyo. What is psychedelic? That's your Dhammarudham all those ecstasy, LSD, and all those drugs. Paddy MSP was raised by 200 to 1750 per quintal in the steepest hike since 2012-13. Try these. Okay, here are your answers. First Global Mobility Summit would be organized by Niti Aayog. Government has set up panel headed by Vandana Krishna to frame norms for surrogacy centers. The people think they are being misused. So I think this is there is a new bill which is going to come. Till that, this panel is supposed to help formulate that bill. The International Union of Food Science and Technology announced that World Congress of Food Science and Technology would be held in Mumbai. Okay, that's not Delhi again. Nitin Gadkari flagged off taxi ambulance service in New Delhi. Now we again have New Delhi here. Rajasthan approves 1% reservation for Gujars. No messing around with Gujars. Okay, try this. Here are your answers. This is Behiden Khalam festival in Meghalaya was attended by Minister of Northeast Region Development Jitendra Singh. Mukhyamantri Jan Kalyan Sambal Yojana 2018 scheme to provide subsidized power was launched by Madhya Pradesh government. Yeah, now they are also doing their thing. Poshan again has come in this week's also, and please note this is again Poshan Abhiyan. Okay. Special drive against malnutrition, and Purna, which stands for Prevention of Undernutrition and Reduction of Nutritional Anemia among adolescent girls, was launched by Gujarat CM in Gandhinagar. Okay, so malnutrition, that's something that we are trying to tackle here. Agartala Airport to be named after Maharaja Bir Vikram Manikya Kishore. Odisha government has enhanced incentive for intercaste marriages. That's a good thing. सबसे पहले the first thing is that jati pratha or the caste arrangement that should go, only then you can think about doing away with your reservations, etc. Good step. Let's see, try these. Okay, here are your answers. Maharashtra government has allocated rupees 15 crore for Acharya Balashastri Jambhekar Samman Yojana. C Vigil is an app to enable citizens to report on violation of election code of conduct by Election Commission of India. I think something about it we had read even in our previous Gainful. New America, a US think tank, announced India-US Fellow Exchange Program, good for relationship building. World Bank Arm International Finance Corporation has invested 100 million in Mahindra and Mahindra Financial Services M&M. So if you see, World Bank is really investing into India, and maybe that's the reason for some of the favorable reports, maybe not sure. Two 50 megawatt solar projects in Anantapuram Solar Park was commissioned by Tata Power. Okay, try these. Okay, here are your answers. Coal mine surveillance and management system and Khan Prahari app was launched by Sri Piyush Goyal, Coal Minister. India's head of mission conference theme unprecedented outreach, unparalleled outcomes. This is again trying to work something on the external affair by Sushma Swaraj. How we can bring more say outreach program for increasing our global footprint. Process to empanel hospital under Ayushman Bharat was launched by National Health Agency. 3 centers signed an agreement for repatriation of thousands of people belonging to Bru community from Tripura to Mizoram. This was long pending problem. Good that it is resolved. NSG would be the first central forces to opt for e-ticketing instead of railway warrants. Okay, try these. Here are your answers. New defense manufacturing policy was announced by UP government under UP Defense Aerospace Unit and Employment Generating Policy. Karnataka budget announced 3,400 crore farm loan waiver as was expected. Only populist measures, no development work per se, but yes, this is something that works in our country and increases the taxes on fuel. Okay, this is the fact. SEBI registered foreign portfolio fund invests in India through 56 countries, out of which 25 are now considered high risk. That includes, I think I should have written, that includes China, UAE, Mauritius, Cyprus, among others. So they have to follow strict KYC norm. Where is the money coming from? Who is the final beneficiary? They will have to declare that. This will definitely, all these will take, all the investment from these countries will take a hit. Bank of China would soon operate in India as RBI has given nod to the second bank from China. NBWL added 4 species in recovery program for critically endangered species. A lot happening on the environment front also. Try these. Okay, Finance Ministry is the one which sets the interest rate for small saving, and it has been kept unchanged for July September quarter. SBI launched AI enabled electronic live assistant ELA for customer support and interaction. We see AI now being used by many of the banks to enhance the customer experience. Yes Bank's new mutual fund business, Yes Asset Management India Limited, YAML, would operate after SEBI's final nod. This is good. Yes Bank is really doing well. GST Verify app was launched for protection of consumer from fraud by Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customers, CBIC. That's GST Verify. ISRO's first PAT, which is paired abortion test, was successful. What does this mean? Paired abortion test is in case, suppose during the launch you have to abort. If you have to abort, then there are high chances that this rocket gets exploded if it's in the later phases. Then how to ensure the safety of the passenger, these astronauts inside, that is what they have tested and tested it successfully. So your rocket might be destroyed, but the a capsule here will be ejected and where your astronauts would be safe. Try these. Okay, here is your answer. Fusion Microfinance reduced the interest rate for 140 points to 23% for existing customer. It is based out of New Delhi. Okay, ICICI Bank crosses 1.5 trillion rupees milestone in mortgage loan and became the largest private player to do so. The International Center for Automotive Technology, ICAT, released the first BS6 engine certificate. Okay, this is something that we wanted to move from, I think, directly from BS4 to BS6. Swachhta Pagwada was celebrated by Micro, Small, Medium Enterprise Ministry. So just know their idea of celebrating. This is called Swachhta Pakhwada. Major General VD Dogra becomes the first serving Indian Army to complete that Ironman competition. I think, if I remember correctly, Milan Suman also is one of the person who has completed that. Okay, here are your answers. Minister of State for Culture, Dr. Mahesh Sharma, inauguration exhibited title Earth, Art for India at IGNCA, New Delhi. As per UNESCO, the Design University for Gaming would come up in Vishakhapatnam. Diarrhea control campaign would be launched on July 15th to July 30 by Haryana Health Department. Nitin Gadkari announced the release of 500 crore for Shipping Corporation of India to promote cruise tourism under Center Sagarmala project. Okay, so that's interesting. I think that's from, they are planning from between Bombay and Goa, I guess. Civil Aviation Research Organization would be set up in Hyderabad by AAI for 1200 crore. That Okay, here are your answers. NPCI is going to bring the upgrade from UPI 1 to UPI 2. Your standing instruction feature is what RBI is still thinking. Should they give that go ahead or not? Otherwise, it looks like even the transfer that you do, you can do up to 2 lakhs now. HDFC Bank, most valued bank in the emerging market outside China, the world's 500 biggest companies list. RIL, by paying 9,844 crore in financial year 18, became India's largest taxpayer in the private sector. That's huge. Made in India at Integral Coach Factory, Chennai, and code named Train 18. This is another engine, say medium paced engine, would run from September. Also, first stainless body mainline electric multiple unit was also manufactured by Integral Coach Factory, that's in Chennai. BHEL to partner with Ukraine Zoria for overhaul of warship turbines. Okay, here are your answers. 6 limited height subway, 6 in number. They were, placed between two stations in Sambalpur division. Was launched by East Coast Railway in one day to set a record. Just imagine, So basically, they are doing away with unmanned crossing, and this limited height subway is placed so that the safe passage is ensured. This is some feat. During monsoon they could do it. This is something really credible. Center of Excellence for Data Science and Artificial Intelligence launched by Government of Karnataka and NASSCOM in Bangalore. Okay, so this is again we are looking ahead. Data science and artificial intelligence will be the thing 5 years from now. Uttarakhand High Court declared. Okay, Uttarakhand Uttarakhand High Court has declared entire animal kingdom as legal entities after Ganga and Yamuna. Of course, this declaration was also stayed by Supreme Court, but now it looks like animal kingdom, you cannot, they have their own life. You cannot treat them as your property. That was they have tried to do with this say judgment. West Bengal CM Mamata Banerjee announces one person, one car policy for ministers and bureaucrats. That's good thing that Didi has done. India-Nepal joint working group on tourism meeting concluded in Kathmandu. Okay, try these. Okay. So that's NASA's Parker solar probe has revolutionary heat shield. That's going to probe sun, so it understandably has to have that heat shield. US FDA has given nod to drug firm Zydus Cadila for Deferasirox tablet for marketing. This is for rare blood condition, though it has a lot of side effect, but still it has been given go ahead because of, again, it's always cost benefit ratio, right? Law Commission has recommended regulated and taxable gambling and betting on sports. Okay, this is again something I think we all know that a lot of gambling happens. Why not bring it under the ambit of law and also gain some money by putting tax on it? UN member state approved 6.69 billion for 13 peacekeeping missions operation in 2018-19. Huge budget. Union HRD Minister Prakash Javadekar would inaugurate 17th World Sanskrit Conference in Vancouver, Canada. Okay, try these. Okay, UK has launched new visa routes to Indian scientists and academics. We saw in the last GAinful they had some problem with the Indian government where they wanted all those who have overstayed to be moved out of the country within 15 days, and Kiran Rijiju said no, they need more time, etc. But students will still face problem. The scientists and academics, they will not have problem. RBI cancelled the license of Alvar Urban Cooperative Bank. They are in really bad shape. They cannot continue. It's now not possible to revive them also. United Bank of India would raise equity capital of 1500 crore. Infosys Foundation would contribute 200 crore for metro work. Swedish intellectuals would form new literature prize in wake of protest of Nobel Prize. Someone within the committee, her husband was involved with he was charged with some 18 molestation and rape cases, etc. So Me Too, I think that was the campaign which run, and it came to light that this person was involved, with which the selecting committee got a jolt, and then they decided they will do away with the prize this year. But other intellectuals there, even they felt what was happening there, it was under a lot of secrecy and it was non-transparent. So they have come up with this idea of giving alternate Nobel Prize here. I am not sure about the exact name that they have thought about, but yeah, it's alternative Nobel Prize. It will be given because the Nobel Prize is not being given this year, and they have asked all the librarians to give the list of recommendation, etc. So this is good. They will try to be transparent at least till the time they become famous. Okay. These were the countries in news. Luxembourg City, that's Euro. I think that was Luxembourg franc before Euro. Yeah. UAE, Abu Dhabi, UAE Dirham. Malaysia is Kuala Lumpur, Malaysian Ringgit. Also, I hope Bank Negara, you remember that, Central Bank of Malaysia. Georgia is Tbilisi, Kutaisi I think is legislative capital, and Georgian Lari, and Turkey is Ankara, and the capital is the currency is lira. The capital is Ankara. Don't confuse with Istanbul, which is the largest city. Similarly, don't confuse with Dubai when it comes to UAE. Dubai, though the largest city, but Abu Dhabi is the capital, and here Ankara is the capital. Okay, let's look at some of the sports news. Deepa Karmakar has clinched gold medal. That's wonderful. After 2.5 years of injury, she has come back strong. Gymnastic World Challenge Cup in Mersin, Turkey. India has won Six Nation Kabaddi Master. We are undisputed champion then. Rani Rampal would lead Indian women hockey in Asian Games. Bajrang Punia won gold at Tbilisi Grand Prix. This is, I'm talking about wrestling. And Deepak Punia, he won bronze. I think Sushil Kumar, he was out in the very first round or something. Shot putter Indrajit Singh has got ban of 4 years for dope violation. I really am afraid before celebrating. You have to wait for some time. When our athlete do well, you really wait for some time and see, okay, chalo, it was clean, and then you can celebrate. Deepika Pillai to represent Asia in CGF Athlete Advisory Commission because of her performance and not because she is Dinesh Karthik's wife. Yeah, she has done exceptionally well in squash. DDCA elected senior journalist Rajat Sharma as the president. So the Delhi Cricket Academy, I don't know what value he will add, but yeah, he has got good political collection, good books of Modi. India lost 1-3 to Australia in shootout in the Summit Clash of Champions Trophy hockey in Breda, Netherlands. This is something to be proud of. Australia is like 15 times champion now with this win, and we could take them to shootout. That itself is an achievement. Max Verstappen won Australian Grand Prix in Australia 2018, Malaysian Open badminton. Lee Chong Wei, that's men's single, and Tai Zhu Ying, that's women's single. She is already rank 1. I think he was 7 or 8. So she's really someone to look out for. Mahendra Singh Dhoni reached the coveted milestone of playing 500 international matches. He will be the brand ambassador of Sound Logic. Okay, here is your last slide. World Sports Journalist Day, July 2nd, to commemorate the contribution that these journalists make to the sports. World Youth Day, July 2nd. Some of them celebrate on July 24 also. People go there and they try to find unidentified object in the sky. WAPCOS, that's WAPCOS is Water and Power Consultancy Services, celebrated 50th Foundation Day on July 3rd, 2018. Nitin Gadkari was there. American Independence Day for July. World Zoonosis Day, that's July 6th. That's celebrated because Louis Pasteur had, that rabies vaccine he started. That is to, I think, commemorate that day. World Chocolate Day, July 7. You have International Chocolate Day, World Chocolate Day. I think they're used interchangeably because in Europe in 1550s it was introduced supposedly. International Day of Cooperatives, this is 7 July. Again, this is important because they say this is the way forward. The cooperatives are the way forward. It's people come together and they are ethical, and it's the group that you are thinking about. Global Forgiveness Day is July 7th, and with that we can end our today's lecture. And I hope you have already seen the PDF which we have circulated in our group for banking awareness for April to June. July up to 21st or 25th I'll update, and by 25th I think I'll be able to give you a final PDF. Okay, thank you very much. See you with the next Gainful very soon.